Hey, this is Jessie and Nichols George, and I'm coming to you today with how to use mindfulness to get rid of the stress in your life. Okay? Mindfulness is such an important thing, and most people, when they think of this, they think of mindfulness as this huge thing that happens when you go away on a retreat or you go to, say, like a temple area or a little private camp area and you do nothing but sit in silence. And for some people, yes, that's mindfulness. But however, mindfulness is something that we can implement in everyday life. And you know that I love to bring things that we can do in everyday life to you. So I find that that's important because lives are busy and a lot of people have a lot of stress. And I want to help you get out of that stress. So there's three key areas that I want to look at today in regards to using mindfulness to clear the stress out of these areas. And that's relationships, that is your career area, and that is also just personal time. Okay? Now, last night was really interesting. I was interviewing Dr. Neil Coburn on my show Activating Compassion in the Midnight Hour, which you can catch every Friday night. And just go onto my website, Jessie and Nichols George 1, that's the number 1.com, and you'll find all of the archive shows there, including his show, including Steve Halpern's show. But anyways, I want to get back to this topic. So he brought up a really great point about mindfulness. A lot of people have difficulty getting their mind quiet, getting still, just trying to blank their mind out. But what mindfulness is that he brought up is not just those silent times. It's not just when our mind is quiet and not thinking about anything, but it's when we stop and realize that we're not being mindful. It's when we stop and realize our mind is on 10,000 other things like, oh, I don't know, the bills I've got to pay next week, the book signing I'm doing later today, setting up tours, going to work, what's going to happen down the line. And so it's really important that when we can get to that point that we acknowledge, hey, I'm not in the moment. And for me, there are two key parts to mindfulness, and that is being in the moment, and that's learning how to enjoy the moment. And learning how to enjoy the moment means you are focusing on your journey and not the destination. Okay, I get this all the time with people. They're wondering, when is this going to happen in my life? When is he going to marry me? Let's look at perfect example, relationships. Okay? I get so many people, they come to me, when is he going to marry me? When is our relationship going to go to the next step? When am I going to find somebody? When? Okay, I want you to get the when out of your vocabulary, okay? We're not talking when as in you've won something, okay? We're talking about when as when is it going to happen? And when we do that, we're destination focused. Now, I'm not saying don't have anything to strive for in your life or don't have anything that you know, to work towards. I think that these things are important. It's great to have something that you want to do in your life. However, when you're not enjoying the journey to get there, what I find is most people never reach that destination. So when we're looking at relationships, what we want to stop and think about is, think about that phone call you're having for somebody, okay? And think about when you're talking with them, are you doing 2 other things or 3 or 10 other things? Or are you really focusing on what they're saying? Are you really listening to them? Okay, that's about being in the moment. When you give them attention, guess what? You're going to get a lot of attention back as well. Okay, these are important factors, is to listen. And that listening, that's where we're creating the connection. That's where we're really getting the bonding with this person that we want to be with. Okay, it's not in the destination. It's in that moment that we're talking with them. Enjoying the moments that we get to share. Okay, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be watching TV, okay? And watching TV can be a great bonding experience if you allow it. But what you want to do is stop focusing so much on what are we doing, how are we doing it, but really coming down to, am I enjoying it? Okay, what about enjoying it? And that's the key. Can I appreciate this moment? Am I appreciating that I'm getting time with this person? Because you know what? When you simply appreciate the time, the things that you start doing with that time become better and better. And that's a really key factor. And that's the points where the relationship grows. That's when you make it to the next level. That's when your partner says, I want to marry you. I want to take the next step. I love the time that I have with you. And so when you get in that moment and you realize you don't have anything else to do but be with that person. No matter what you're doing, you have nothing else to do but be with that person. How cool is that? And all you have to do is enjoy that you're able to be with that person. Now, let's look at this in relations to work, okay? Do you remember when you were a kid, you didn't worry about how you were doing compared to everybody else? You didn't worry about all of the competition. All you did was enjoy playing the game, right? You just enjoyed doing what you were doing, whether that was a sport, whether that was learning an activity, whether that was reading a book, whatever that was for you, okay? You just enjoyed doing it. You didn't worry about where it was going to get you in the world or how far it was going to get you. You just loved it. Now, if you applied that to your work and you stopped trying to compete with everybody, and you say, oh, I can hear it now, Jesse, but my work wants me to do this. My work wants me to have this credential. That's fine, okay? But enjoy what you're doing, okay? Now, if I was so focused on where's my next gig coming from, or how much money am I going to make this week, or I have to hit this target, or I have to hit that, I wouldn't be enjoying putting this video together for you right now. And if I wasn't enjoying it, you wouldn't be enjoying it. So step back and look at what you're doing in the moment. Start enjoying the activity. Even if it's a mundane activity, take the time and appreciate it and say, I'm so glad that I have this break. I'm so glad that I could do something that is easy and relaxed today. Okay? Find something to enjoy in that moment. You don't have to worry about in that moment what you're going to fix for dinner, because you're not fixing dinner yet. You're not picking up your kids yet. All you have to do is enjoy that moment. Okay? Now, when we look at ourselves, this is a scary part for people. And one of the big things that I teach is self-compassion. Okay? I find that being compassionate with yourself is so key to other things working in your life. And when we're compassionate with ourselves, then we're fulfilled. We're able to give more. We're able to do more. And this is very, very important. Okay? We want to be able to do more. We want to be able to have more. We want to be able to share more with the people. And you're going to get those productive states. Guess what? Remember those destinations? You're going to get more than you could hope for when you're taking care of yourself. So when we look at mindfulness with ourselves, it might be meditation. That might be what you enjoy doing. But what we want to look at is those soul-fulfilling activities. Maybe one night that is just a hot bath by candlelight. Maybe another time that's just going out and putting a blanket down in the yard and daydreaming. Maybe that is gardening for you. Maybe that is taking 10 minutes at the end of the day and stepping outside and looking at the stars and realizing this world's magnificent. Looking at the trees and just appreciate and listen to the breeze blowing through them. Okay? Being comfortable with that time. It's not just about blinking your mind out. You can focus on the wind in the trees. You can focus on the flicker of the candle flame. You can focus on just having a moment to breathe and to stop. Okay? Our time with ourselves is just as important and just as key to helping us get rid of the stress. Okay? Taking that time, whatever it is, to enjoy it. When we're doing it mindlessly, not where we want to be, but when we're doing it mindfully, that's where we want to be. So when we're in mindfulness and we realize I have nothing more to focus on than this very moment that I'm in, and I'm going to enjoy that moment, because if I look at this moment, do I have anything to worry about? Do I have any fear? Do I have any stress? No, I don't. All I have is this moment. How beautiful is that? Okay? Because everything I'm stressed about, everything I'm worried about, it belongs to a different moment. And you know what? That moment's never going to come. Therefore, I never have to stress about it. So this is Jessie Ann Nichols George. If you'd like to find out more about some of the other tips I have, if you'd like to find out more about the work I do, the events that I have coming up, the products that I have, the books that I have out, the resources I have for you, go onto my website, Jessie Ann Nichols George 1, that's the number 1.com, and I look forward to seeing you again in our next moment. Take care.